All right. Hello. Welcome to this episode of The Greatest Gifts, a talk show where we feature short stories about the power of personal gifting. I'm Jamie Shibley, CEO of the Expressory, your relationship building concierge. And this week we have with us Tricia Turpenoff of Turpenoff Photography. Welcome, Tricia.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you with us.
Me too.
So I was sharing with you that we were starting to have this little show, this conversations, and I just love your bubbly personality and
Oh,
all
thank
the stuff I
you.
see you putting out there. So I want to know, what has been a very meaningful gift that you have received?
Well, this may not surprise anybody, but this is my first camera.
Oh, look at that, your
Yes,
first.
it's my very first. Yeah, it's a Kodak Instamatic, and it's a 126, which means that it was a square format. And I got this when I was 5. Yep,
5.
my aunt and uncle bought it for me. My uncle, who's an artist, he's still an artist in DC, and this was my this was just the coolest
Oh,
gift. It was funny. My parents used to always say they gave us gifts that were too old for us. So I did start photographing butts of dogs and cropping off people's heads to start with.
yeah. Okay, do you still have some of those early pictures?
You know what? I bet I've got to go look. I have a very large box that has like all of our, sadly, when people pass away, I'm the one who gets the photos. So I do have a very large box of things like that. And I probably do.
Yeah,
I should go look for that. That could be my next greatest gift, is to show off
the
my
things.
fabulous photography at age 5.
Right. Did you keep up with it then from that age on?
I
Did,
did.
yeah?
So I started with this camera. So I was 5 when I got it. And then at 7, we went to Washington, D.C., and I actually took some photographs that my parents actually gave me praise for.
Oh,
And I can't find the one photo that I always think of. So there was some beautiful, they just have gorgeous courthouses and
yeah,
everything there.
yeah.
And it was something like that. But I tipped the camera, and the courthouse is like this, but the picture is a diamond instead
Oh,
of it being a
yeah,
square. I
yeah.
tipped it.
You were already getting artistic back then. Look at
I
that.
guess, yes. And so, yeah, I've had every camera known to man. I started with this 126, and I had, the disc camera, and then I've had a 110 camera, and then I
Look,
moved into the 35 millimeter.
look at how perfect that condition is, though, for having that
Oh,
at such a young age.
it
That is
is.
amazing.
It is in really good condition. It's a little dusty on top. I'm like, ooh, I should probably dust more often.
Do you display that? That's
I do.
yeah.
This one's out at the house right now, and we're in an apartment right now. So I do have quite a large collection of vintage cameras,
Oh,
ones that are like 100 years old. And of
oh.
course, this one is like, oh, I shouldn't tell. This one's like 45 years old.
Oh, look at that. You still 45 years old and you still remember who gave it to you.
Oh my gosh. I've written stories about that. Actually, if you go to in my website, that's how the story starts, is because you think back to, like, how did I get started with this passion? And my aunt and uncle, and like I said, my uncle is still, he actually was in a left brain job his whole life, and but he always created art, and he's an amazing painter. And I love him, and it's cool to get to credit him because he
Yeah.
and I are tight, and I just love
Oh,
him. Yeah.
but I don't remember the age, but when I was young, my grandma gave me a Polaroid, and I would walk around with our cousins in the neighborhood and take pictures right until that thing ran out. I still have those pictures because I've scrapbooked since who knows when, and
Right.
so I still have those things, and I still remember the yard we were playing in when I took those pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still love. I mean, I didn't keep up with it, obviously, but very cool.
It
Well, fun.
is.
So, well, thank you for sharing that. Why
Absolutely.
don't you share with everyone? Obviously, you're a photographer, but
I still am.
what's your specialty? What's your
Mm.
expertise?
Well, it's really funny because all my life, I have photographed people. And for many years, it was family, children, high school seniors, and weddings. And then about 5 years ago, I really got into branding and lifestyle work for entrepreneurial women. And so eWomen has been an amazing place for me to be. And it's funny, during during us having to stay home, we started these drive-by sessions for charities. And what's really been fun for me for that is I photographed some headshots and done some branding and some lifestyle, but I photographed more families.
Yeah.
And that I'm like, wow, I need to continue to do more families. It's just families are so much fun, and there's just so much personality and diversity in each family. And it's almost like I am Dorothy and I get to peek behind the curtain at
Oh,
Oz
yeah.
doing everything. It's exciting. It's all, it's like being in the inner sanctum. And
Well,
so
you know what I love
photographing
about,
people is awesome.
yeah, what I love about you is your personality. You just
Oh,
have
thank
this
you.
just amazing personality. And so when you started those drive-bys, and I was seeing some of your marketing, you changed up the page and
Yeah.
stuff, just your images alone,
Oh,
your creativity, right? It's like,
thank
God, it's you're just fun. And so then to
you.
watch the families and the photos that you're sharing of what you're doing, I just have this feeling that, like, we haven't worked together in that way, but I have a feeling that you just draw that fun and the humor, the beauty out of people that way. It does not surprise me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I do like to have fun. So I guess I do. I draw people who like to have fun into
Right?
my world. And you're right. We just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this is what you and I have crossed paths a couple of times, and it's just like best friends. But
Oh,
like it
you're
just
just awesome. Well, I love
natural.
what it
Well,
is natural.
yeah.
And I love what you do too.
Well,
It's
thank
so awesome.
thank you so much. So
Yeah.
before we go, pop quiz, think fast. What was the last surprise you received in the mail?
The last surprise that I received in the mail. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I've received a lot of things in the mail recently. I'm trying to think what's the last surprise. Um, you know what? I did receive a thank you from someone.
Oh, look
I
at
won't let you read it or anything, but I did get a cute note. And I do the hashtag promote the good. So it's sitting here for the next time I do that.
yeah.
But it was affirmation or confirmation, I guess you'd say, of someone just wanting to tell me they love me.
Oh, and that's nice that you've been receiving a lot, and especially with the time, stay at home, and so
Yeah.
good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. I appreciate your
Yes.
time. Thank you for sharing that fun story.
Oh,
Um,
thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for listening, everyone. If you would like some additional ideas of your own on how to come up with meaningful gifts, you can follow us on YouTube at the Expressory. Or if you'd like to brainstorm, have some conversation, I am always happy to do so. You can email me at info@theexpressory.com. Until next time, thank you. Bye.